Sheila. If anybody catches me, I guess I'm glad it was Wesley. In the doorway of the classroom, watching Portia as she walked by. No, that's not right. I wasn't watching Portia. I was watching the way she walked, trying to study it. Then, once she turned the corner, I stepped into the hall and walked just like her. That's when Wesley caught me. Girl, what is your problem? That's the same question my mother and father keep asking me, although they don't use the exact same words. What's wrong with you? Why can't you be like your sisters? I want to know that too. Why can't I be like them? Be like somebody. I hate sticking out. Everybody around me is dark and ethnic, which is in, by the way. Look at all the supermodels. They're from places like Venezuela and Africa and Puerto Rico. Then there's me, white bread and pale as the moon. I can't even tan without burning myself. I look around the neighborhood in this school, and nobody looks like me. I keep thinking if I could just stick out less, if I could learn to walk and talk like the kids around me, maybe I would fit in more. I don't know. Maybe it's a dumb idea. Wesley sure thinks so. When he pulled me aside in the school hall and I tried to explain why I was copying Portia's walk, stupid was the word he used. The minute he said it, I felt my cheeks go red. That's not the color I was after. I jerked away from Wesley and avoided his eyes. Okay, maybe it was stupid, but I just want to fit in. I'm tired of being different, all right? Suddenly I thought, why am I trying to explain to Wesley? He's black. He already fits in. Forget it, I said, beginning to walk away. You don't understand. Oh, get a clue, girl. Everybody's different. It don't matter what your skin color is or what name you call yourself. Everybody is different inside anyway. We're all trying to fit in. Ain't nothing new about that. Great, I said. Since you're so smart, tell me what I'm supposed to do. Wesley shrugged. Hey, I don't know what to tell you except be yourself. Wonderful. Pearls of wisdom. Thanks a lot. Wesley put his hand on my shoulder. Sheila, he said, you want to hang with the brothers and sisters? It ain't no big thing. Just don't try to be them. Keep your name, change it, whatever. A name is a personal thing, and I'm not going to get into that. But why you want to change who you are? Soon you get out of here. You're going to go to college or get a job where everybody else is blonde and blue eyed as you. They walk like you and talk like you. What are you going to do then? Change yourself back? The truth of his words pinned me to the wall. I never even stopped to think about the future, about leaving this school, this neighborhood, maybe even this city. All I ever thought about is now, because now hurts so bad. I guess you're right, I said. Yeah, well, a couple of sisters passed by and threw us a dirty look. Wesley dropped his hand from my shoulder and shifted from one foot to another, suddenly uncomfortable. Look, at least in Mr. Ward's class, we make it easy. You want to hang, you want to fit in, ain't no big secret. Just bring your poetry every open mic Friday and share right along with the rest of us. It's that simple. Yeah, I guess I can do that. I did that one time. Yes, you did. Hey, I'm out of here, said Wesley. He jogged down the hall to his next class before I could thank him. Halfway there, he turned back and yelled, by the way, forget Portia's walk. It ain't working for you. I don't know where it came from, but somewhere inside myself, I found a smile. Private Puzzle by Sheila Gambroni. God must love puzzles, the way he scatters our pieces across the tables of the world. Here, squares bathed in shadow appeared to be the same, though each bears a different name. It's only on closer examination I learned that no two pieces are alike. Is that the plan? To force confrontation, investigation, communication? I raise my hand to ask, but I'm told to move along. So I nudge through the crowd, scrape my shins, feel the crush of bone, moan a little, then cry loud enough for anyone to hear. But still I go on seeking an angular slot to slip myself into, someplace that feels like home. A friend points me to the podium. There, for a moment, the puzzle is done. We are one now. 18 syllables, a single poem. Tyrone. That girl's threatening to be a regular feature. This is the second week in a row she's brought something to read for Open Mic Friday. Except for me and Wesley, I don't think anybody's read 2 times in a row. But hey, she can read all she wants. At least she ain't talking that Africana mess no more. Good thing, too. Now even Judy Ann can stand to have her in the same room. If that girl ain't careful, somebody might actually end up liking her. Janelle. Jojo asked me to marry him yesterday. When Tyrone heard me telling Lupe that, he laughed his head off. Jojo is 8 years old. He is one of the kids I tutor at the public library. I was there yesterday helping him prepare for a math test when he suddenly cocked his head, looked up at me, and said, Miss Janelle, you're the most beautifulest lady in the whole planet. Thanks, Jojo. I've been thinking, Miss Janelle, maybe we should get married. Just like that. Out of the blue, Jojo sounded so serious, it was hard not to laugh. I didn't want to hurt his feelings, though, so I pretended to cough a couple of times and covered my face. Well, I'll have to think about that, I said, but first we have to get you into the fourth grade. Deal? Deal, he said. Jojo's such a cutie. I'm glad somebody finds me beautiful, even if he is just 8 years old. But maybe he's not the only one, though. Not anymore. The kids in Mr. Ward's class sure look at me different these days. I noticed that at the last open mic Friday. When I first got up to read, I was my usual self. I sucked in my stomach, walked slow to make sure nothing jiggled, and tugged down on my shirt like I could really hide my extra pounds under there. I waited for Mr. Ward to switch on the video and then started to read. I looked up from the page a few times and noticed kids in the front row with their eyes closed, smiling. Amy and Tanisha nodded every now and then, like I'd said something familiar, something they understood. Judy Ann, Leslie, and Portia leaned forward so they could hear every word. Everybody really listened to what I had to say, even the guys. Tyrone, Wesley, Steve, Raoul, Devon. They all stared at me like I was someone special, and nobody cared about the size of my body. Not even me. The Door by Janelle Battle. I've been busy lately carving a door of words without a lock in sight. Your ear is the key that lets you into me. I am a secret I want to share. I swing my door open and say a prayer. Look around, take the tour. Fear hangs on the wall and shame sometimes. Emotional dislocation too. But I am brave in my admission. Are you? When no one is looking, I check to see if anyone else seems as scared as me, or lonely, or shy, or insecure. Is it just me? I'm not so sure. Is your heart like an onion too? Show me yours, I'll show you mine. We used to say, your turn, peel away. Tyrone. Janelle made it into the paper. I did too, in the group shot, looking all fuzzy. Devon was the only one to get a close up. They just love them pretty boys. That's okay. I got my name in there. Mr. Ward brought the paper to school and held it up for the class to see. Look at this headline, he said. Student poets bloom in the Bronx. That's you guys. I don't know who was prouder, us or Mr. Ward. He brought a few extra copies of the paper for the class and passed them around for anyone who hadn't seen it. I'd already bought my own, though. I had to, especially since they quoted what I said about how poetry gives us a release, how it helps us relate to one another. They said our stuff was energetic and rich in positive social messages. My moms will frame this puppy for sure. I called the reporter this afternoon and thanked him for writing such a nice piece. I told him about our assembly. We'll be jamming, I told him. Why don't you come check us out? He said he would try to make it.